days we walk into. And for that if we believe it, yeah we can achieve. Just as long as we walk with you. Cause when me trotting on this long road, was I carry my load? When I got far from my home, was I still in a control? Everything, ever blessed. So everything, ever blessed. Love protect.
Hey, Webmaster here. I stay connected to Freedom with the Freedom SKN app. Simply search for the Freedom app in the Android's Play Store or the Apple's App Store and download it. Enjoy world-class radio at its best, anytime, anywhere. Become a Freedom apper today.
Go Delta, go Delta, reliable, go Delta, dependable, go Delta, Delta, go Delta. If you live here in St. Kitts and your tank on E, there's only one place that you should be. Maybe driving in Nevis and you need some fuel. Go straight to Delta. Don't be a fool. Get your cooking gas fast. All petroleum needs ULSD. Everyone in the region is shouting, Go Delta. Premium gasoline in a fully stocked C-store. So there's only one place you should be. Delta Petroleum, baby.
From the pitch to the palm of your hand, Betcage Sports brings to you iGaming, the ultimate dual gaming experience. Sports and iGaming in one powerful platform, live and legal. Tap your screen, place a bet, spin the reels, cash out fast. No delays, pure excitement. BetCageSports.com. Download the app and sign up today. Play responsibly. Must be 21 and over. Proud sponsor of Cricket West Indies, where a percentage of every dollar played with Cage goes to Windies for cricket and cricket development.
RIA Easy Money Transfer Limited, located on West Independence Square Street, Bastyr, St. Kitts, and the Solomon Arcade, Nevis, offers you safe and reliable transfers at great low rates and fees to 507,000 locations worldwide, with a pickup time of just 15 minutes after your transfer. And for even more ease of doing business, we home deliver and direct bank deposits in selected countries. So if anytime you want to send money to family, friends, and loved ones, at RIA, we've got you covered with over 30 years of experience moving money quickly, efficiently, and securely across 160 countries. Give us a call at 465-3325 in St. Kitts or 469-3325 in Nevis. Opening hours Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 8:30 in Nevis, and on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. RIA Easy Money Transfer Limited.
Back to school shouldn't meet you unprepared. St. Kitts Credit Union's Back to School Loan helps you borrow up to $10,000 with flexible repayment plans, fast approval, supportive terms. Invest in your child's future with confidence, because every child deserves a strong start. Start today at www.skccu.com or call 465-2272. SKCU, invested in their future with you.
Hey, Webmaster here. I stay connected to Freedom with the Freedom SKN app. Simply search for the Freedom app in the Android's Play Store or the Apple's App Store and download it. Enjoy world-class radio at its best, anytime, anywhere. Become a Freedom apper today.
A blessed good afternoon and welcome to 106.5 Freedom FM, the voice of the nation, the voice of the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, broadcasting from our studios on Keon Street in lovely Bastille, downtown St. Kitts and Nevis. Well, today we're going to start in a rather unusual way. We're within a certain trajectory. We have the owner of the franchise, the St. Kitts Nevis Patriots, in our studios. Mahesh is his name, and he'll be introducing himself shortly. But before that, we have the regular crew here, Dr. Martin and Sam Conda. Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Junie, Sam, Mahesh, and the listeners and viewers to Freedom FM. Happy to be here on this cool Friday afternoon.
Good afternoon, Junie and Patrick and our owner, manager, and all the rest of it. So, Patriot, nice to have you here. And I suppose you will tell us where we are and where we're going.
Oh, surely.
All right, well, when the Honorable Minister for Sport, Samal Duggins, called me this morning and invited and said that I was going to have a guest at 1:30 today, I was not surprised because the Patriots have been on my mind. Their performance leaves a lot to be desired, but they show grit, they show strength, they show enthusiasm. And as long as they have that spirit of getting the job done, they will get it done eventually. These are my thoughts. I've been to a couple of Patriots games. I've left early, but I've been there and enjoyed the performance, especially last night with Jason Holder. I mean, batting well and then coming back to claim 4 wickets for 18 runs. 19 runs. I mean, Jason is a star. He's a superstar. And we need players to step up their game if the Patriots are going to be champions of champions. Mahesh, good afternoon to you again.
Very good afternoon. And, like to give my wishes to each and everyone in the island.
Yes. Okay. Now, I wanted to talk to you first about the Patriots and what's their future going to be like. But let's talk about their present. Tell us a little bit about how the Patriots started and where we are right now.
Well, sir, when I took over, it was in 2019.
Yes.
I was very hardly new to the cricket myself when I took this project. And in 2019, I think we completed, we came third or fourth. I think we came in fourth. We got qualified that particular year. 2020 was a very rough year. We just won one of the 10 matches. We didn't get qualified.
Right.
2021 was a great year for us. That's the year we won the championship. 2022, the 60s, we are again the champions. 22, we had a bit of bad luck when in the T20 matches, at least 3 matches got washed off. And we struggled to get ourselves qualified. We won about 3 matches, and that was not enough for us to get qualified. And 23 and 24 was a disastrous year for us. Not only did we fail to qualify, we didn't win even one home match.
Right.
And it was very frustrating and very humiliating. Having said that, I just want to take a bit of a time to tell you an incident which happened last year. That it was after the tournament. I was still in our beautiful island of St. Kitts and Nevis, and I was in the restaurant Karma, having a drink by myself. So a couple of fans came up to me, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to be bombarded today for the performances." But in the contrary, they came to me and said, "Don't worry for whatever's happened. I know we have all had a tough year, but we are all with you. For us, win or loss doesn't matter. We'll always remain a true patriotic fan." And trust me, my eyes started tearing the time to see that how beautiful, passionate people are around us. I decided that particular time that I really wanted to do something more bigger, and I really want to make everyone in the island to be a very happy, true patriot. We got in a lot of changes in the team. The coaching side changed, and with a lot of difficulty, we brought in a very experienced captain, Jason Holder, for this particular year. And of course, it's been a good team. I could definitely say, if you have to take the positives, we first broke the jinx of not winning any home matches for the last 3 years.
Yes.
Probably one of the worst records a franchise can ever hold in the any history of franchise cricket.
Yes.
So the very first step was we broke that jinx.
Right.
We ended up winning the first match against Antigua Falcons. And, well, the next 2 matches, though we lost, I'm sure
Came close.
both of them were very, very close, especially the one in St. Lucia. Could have gone either side, but it was a very entertaining cricket. I mean, we never said, until the end we fought. I mean, that's a great thing about the boys.
Yes.
The energy has been so good, so fantastic. So, and fortunate and good efforts by Jason yesterday. As a one-man army, he won the match yesterday. So, yeah, at least going forward, we are through with the home matches, but going forward, even before the start of the season, I've been telling my coaches, like, let's aim small, fall for small. Let's not aim right now to say, like, let's get the cup. I'm also having a very big trading infrastructure companies, which I do a lot of projects across the world. Maldives itself is my huge market. We do a lot of infrastructure projects there. What brought me into cricket was nothing but passion, absolute passion for the game. And yes, I would probably say most of the franchises around the world, especially leagues like IPL, it's a money-minting league, they're very profitable. Basically because of the population. I mean, when people talk about the Pakistan Super League or about Big Bash, you need to understand that all these places have got huge population. So the business becomes very, profitable. Caribbean Premier League, you need to understand there's so many things to it. Number one is it's a population. The profits are purely based out of the population of a place, and what sort of advertisements, what sort of sponsors that you get overall. Because we have some fixed expenses. Every team in the CPL probably have an expense of about $2.5 to $3 million, and US dollars, and then it depends upon what sort of sponsors we get mainly, and what sort of a central revenue we get, and minus that is your profit or loss. But most of the time it is only red, not blue.
What drew you to St. Kitts and Nevis in particular?
Well, that again, I could probably say, if I say that as an accident, but a very good accident. I had a couple of friends who told me about the CPL opportunities, and I've been a person. Maybe I was 5 years old when my father has been taking me to watch all the matches in India, especially the local matches, like what we call them as Ranji Trophy matches. And from 5 years, I think I would have probably seen all matches that has happened across the region. And then when media grow, when TVs are there, I think I probably watch all cricket, whether it's a 5-day. So CPL, before even I came as a owner, everybody knows West Indies offers the most enterprising, entertaining cricket. I mean, we have in T20s especially, anybody will agree with me that the most powerful hitters, the most, all from this region completely. So when I came to know through a few friends of mine that there was an opportunity in CPL for me to buy a team, I didn't blink an eye. I straight away jumped into it. And I'm very happy about it because I'm very luckily the name is a Patriot, and I love this team. I love my franchise. That's my first love.
Before Sam comes in, just this question: how do you go about the selection of players for your team? What's the criteria?
Well, basically, there is a draft every year. There's a mini draft and there is a big draft. A big draft comes once in 4 years, and a mini draft is every year. Every franchise is allowed to retain as many as players in the mini drafts, and then if you're not happy, if you want to add somebody from the West Indian side, then we can pick them up in the draft. As far as foreigners are concerned, it's all direct signing, whoever is available, and according to what they fit in the role, then we sign them directly. So that's how the selections is done.
Let's see. Sorry, Sam?
Yeah, I have maybe two questions. I want to carry on from the draft and the players, because we have been able, the Patriots have been able to get people like Bravo and Holder and so on. Is there anything special where we get those big names?
You see,
you play a
in
part
2021, it's a fact, and it is a reality that we won. Of course, it's a team effort. Everybody performed in 2021. Evan Lewis was the highest run getter in that particular. He scored about 430, 440 in the entire series in 2021. Shafin Rutherford was with us during that time, and that is a time when he was also performed. There are a couple of good bowlers, but we won. It's because of DJ Bravo's captaincy. That's the most important factor. He led the team to victory. So he was with us for 2 years, and then after the 2022, he wanted to retire from his own country, that was at Trinidad. So he went back, played there for 1 year, retired from there, and now he's become the head coach of Trinidad. So yes, captaincy is a very important thing, because without a leader who's got the experience, we might have all the talents in the team, but you need a leader to ensure that the best of them comes out. So yes, having said it, I'm not saying that the year we lost that we didn't have a great leader. No, that's not a fact. They were also very able leaders. But unfortunately, the results didn't come, and franchise cricket is all about results. So we also have to change some permutations and combinations, and Jason has always led the West Indies cricket team earlier. So I had requested him personally if he can come down to us, because there was no one else who was very experienced where we were able to find. And he's a great cricketer, he's an amazing cricketer. So when I went, and in fact, I've been eyeing him for the last 2 years. And of course, the nature of the draft was such I couldn't get him. But when there's a slight possibility when we had, I grabbed it up. And that's why we have Jason as a captain this year, and probably the years to come.
Good. My second question, non-cricket. You say you're a businessman, you do a lot of business in different areas all over the world. Any opportunities for St. Kitts and Nevis?
Well, I have discussed it. I have discussed it with the head of the state, the ministers. They all know my profile. And hopefully, when the right opportunity comes, I think I should be doing some work here. I already started doing a lot of work in Grenada. Also starting up something in St. Lucia soon. And things are opening up. So hopefully, when they see my quality of work, maybe I might get the opportunity here too.
All right. It is now 6 minutes before the 2 o'clock hour. Our guest is Mahesh, the owner of the St. Kitts Nevis Patriots. Guys put on a very splendid performance last night. We're proud of them, and we wish them continued good luck and good fortune in the days to come. Mahesh, there's a rumor circulating in St. Kitts and Nevis that this is the last year the Patriots will be doing battle here in St. Kitts and Nevis. These comments on social media platforms as well, that the Patriots will be going to Grenada, and it gained more popularity when the Patriots shirt this year has on the logo for Grenada, tourism. Could you speak to that?
Well, you started it right, and you answered it before I could answer it. You said it's a rumor going around.
Yes.
So it is a rumor, and that's the answer. Okay. I don't think anybody would be able to say or have any facts to whatever this rumor is all about. Right. Yes, I am very close with the Grenada government. I've already said that I have works, so much of my infrastructure work which I'm doing in Grenada. But as of now, I don't think I have even considered moving out of from St. Kitts and Nevis. I also saw a few articles around.
Yes.
But end of the day, I'm not a politician, so I didn't have to say anything about it.
How did you? What was your reaction to those articles? You care to tell us?
Well, yes, I could definitely say probably how it came out from. Okay, number one is I'm not blaming anything. I'm not putting the blame on everything. It's just that, as I said, like most of the other 5 franchises have been supported. They've been supported a lot from the government as well as from the tourism, mainly tourism. Right? Of course, we also had a lot of support in the past from the tourism, but unfortunately, the tourism had cut down on the budgets. We couldn't get much, though we are the face of St. Kitts and Nevis for the cricketing world, and we represent them. It is, it's debatable, but we didn't get that opportunity from the tourism side, to be very honest. I'm not blaming them. No blame games. As I said, I'm not into politics. So what had happened is because of my, a lot of my businesses are happening in Grenada. I'd requested the government if, because of my business association with them, if they can probably also be one of the sponsors, right?
Right.
And the Prime Minister of Grenada told me, my very close friend and associate is the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis. We are very good friends. I'm more than happy to support the Patriots.
Good.
And this is the beginning of our support.
Good.
Right.
Good.
So,
Good.
and that's how they had a bit of a contribution which we paid across.
Good.
And, it was all fair as a sponsor. Like we call our sponsors to come down here and to give the man of the match during whatever it is.
Right.
So our main sponsor is like BC Game. Right. They were the man of the match awards for 3 games. We had one more sponsor called the MI. They were a sponsor for 1 game. And Grenada is for 1 day. So we had invited basically the sports minister of Grenada, as well as the Ministry of Implementation from Grenada. And they had come down there. I'm so happy that under my invitation, they came down here. They were wearing throughout, even after the match was over, our Patriots jerseys. They cheered each and every run, each and every wicket, as much as the locals have cheered. And, they came forward to come down for 1 match to give the man of the match. But what hurts me is what I've also been reading in the articles as to why these people are here. When they came with so much of open-mindedness and they said, we are supporting our fellow people and people want to come down there, their intentions was totally misinterpreted. And it was not the right thing to write down on. You can probably talk about the Patriots. They have the rights because we belong to them. We can talk about what we've done, what we have not done. But yes, under a speculation, it is not right to write about something about the presence of 2 Grenadian ministers, why they are here. They are, that pained me quite a bit, honestly. I'm sure if you'll all agree with me that, since, for example, if other sponsors, other friends, relatives of mine, they were all there.
Yeah.
So these are also my family
Yeah,
members.
yeah.
When they had come down there, what is wrong about it? Instead of welcoming them and saying that our tourism is increasing, the people coming across from
Thanks for
other
your
islands,
support. Thanks for your
instead of
support.
having that broad-mindedness, it's paining to know that the small little issues also are creeped up as politics.
Yeah.
But I'm out of that political part, and for me, I'm a businessman thoroughly,
Right.
and I don't want to mix sports with politics. But for your question, it's nothing but a rumor.
Okay. All right, it's 2 o'clock. Doc?
Well, what is your assessment of the support of the spectators for the past 5 years?
Spectators have been fantastic. Spectators have always been fantastic. I even started off by saying about these two gentlemen who walked up to me. But it's not these two. Wherever I walk across the roads, people recognize me and they said, "Oh, are you the owner?" And said, "We need to do well. We want to have our country to do well. We want our franchise to do well." So, they have so much of passion and love. And I'm very grateful to all of them,
So I hope the gentlemen, I hope the love, the passion of the spectators help to buffer the hurt, the temporary hurt you're feeling.
Right. And I'm not against anybody, I love everyone, all of them. I see them as probably the citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis, whether they're in politics or they're sports and everything across. Well, there is a few truths. We are waiting still for some assistance, what we asked from the government, and it's going to come in eventually. And then we will, I think most of the people are not in the island at the moment, so when they're coming in, I think we'll have some sort of a good results. I'll take a couple of moments to probably, where the disadvantage what we are facing than to other franchises. At least the people should also be aware. Purely on one part is, number one, we talk about gate collections. Trinidad, Guyana, they have a great collections of close to about $2 million plus for all the 5 matches.
Right.
Barbados has got about $750,000 to $800,000 as gate collections. St. Lucia has got $400 to $450,000 as gate collections. Whereas, because the population here is very small,
So small,
our gate collection doesn't cross $25,000 to $30,000 at any point of time. So there itself, I'm having a major hit.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So that is where, we are expecting some sort of a partnership as well as a sort of assistance for the government to understand and see how they can help us.
Yeah.
And, in all other islands, the tourism have helped them tremendously. Everyone has got a major thing on their jerseys where the tourisms are like promoting them.
Right.
But unfortunately, that's still not happened here in a big way. But I'm very, very sure in future that will happen. It's probably I need to make them understand how we too can, work together to promote tourism and how they can use cricket as a media also. So, yes, I think once we have this particular conversation, I think even these differences can be iced out. That shouldn't be a
Mahesh,
problem.
the phone is ringing. I don't know. Do you want to entertain a call or two?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay, so the lines are open for a few minutes. If you'd like to speak to the owner of the Patriots, Mahesh, he's right here in our studios. You can call us at 465-6474, 465-0546, or 662-1065 to speak to the Patriots owner, Mahesh, who is here in St. Kitts and right in our studios right now. If you want to see how he looks, well, simply just go to our Facebook page or YouTube page and you'll see him live and in living colors. What does the future hold for Patriots cricket here in St. Kitts and Nevis?
Well, we have been trying to work out a very beautiful question, important question, let the people also know about it, that we have submitted proposals of cricket developments in the island. Discussions are going on, and very soon, probably in the next couple of months itself, I think you will see that in the forum, or you will definitely hear about it. We at least should be able to produce every year one cricketer who can be in the West Indies cricket setup, and that is our aim. If we can do more, well and good, but we are going towards that particular direction. Also, we're going to work out something on the grassroots, right from the under 15, to see how they can become talented cricketers when they reach 19, 20. So it's a program which definitely is going to help the sports, especially cricket, in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Again, the lines are open. We've cleared the lines. If you'd like to call back, you can do so now. We'll give you 2 minutes to get your act together and call 465-6474, 465-0546, or 662-1065. How is the final 11 picked?
Well, I don't have. That's purely the head coach and the captain's job.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, even when I go to the stadium,
Yes.
like any other spectator, I also see what is going to be the team for the day. Okay. Even I will not be aware of what is going to be their playing 11.
Okay.
Of course, this particular year, we have to say that in the coaching side, we have two people from St. Kitts and Nevis. One is Mr. Steve Laborde, and the other gentleman, I'm not able to recollect the name, but he's a part of our setup. So we have two coaches from assistant coaches from St. Kitts and Nevis. And of course, we have our two great enterprising cricketers, Mickey Louis and Jeremiah Louis. Jeremiah Louis is just recovering from an injury. I'm sure he'll be fit very soon. And Mickey Louis came in with an injury, but he recovered much faster through his own determination and willpower. And of course, he also was representing on the Day 3 and Day 4 match. And we're going to see more of him later.
All right, gentlemen, just before we close out this segment of the show, is there any other observation you'd like to make?
The CPL.
Okay,
Patriots
take a pause, Patrick.
Staying in St. Kitts.
Let's take this call. Caller, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Junie. Good afternoon, Sam. Robert.
Yes, go ahead, Robert.
Yeah. I don't want to ask the owner of Patriots, right? Because, we know about how the cricket go around with these small island thing. Would Michael Louis be able to captain this English Patriots in the future, in the short time?
You're breaking up. I'm not getting you clearly with that last part. Start the question again.
With Michael Louis, I'm asking the owner, right? Will he be able to captain the English Patriots probably next year and a half? Because, we know we're going to have the small the islands and down here.
Yes, but, he's too young at the moment, and I don't think he himself will probably tell you, instead of me saying that, Mickey Louis himself will say that, he's a bit too young for it at the moment, but we are going to groom him for that. Future plans are yes, for sure.
In a way, he's going to captain Barbados or Guyana, Trinidad, or Guyana team, you know what I mean? Then got them big guns up there already. So, since you think it's a beautiful
more
park.
bigger than the than the local leagues. And when I'm not saying that he will not, I did tell you that we are going to groom him to it, but he himself will probably tell you that he's not going to fit in that role immediately.
Need some more time.
We need it. We need some good captains, man.
It's okay.
You know?
All right,
The captain, test cricketers, test captain, and this captain, one the captain, so give him a chance.
All right. Thank you so much for your question and your concern.
Hello, brother.
Okay, take care, Robert.
Big up freedom, man.
Big up freedom every time.
Bless up. Yeah.
Yes. All right, so we heard from that caller. If you'd like to weigh in as well, you can call now. We have limited time, So if you'd like to weigh in and ask the owner a question, the lines are open, or you could send me a WhatsApp at 7625030, or you could send something on Facebook. I'll be sure to read it either now or later. So let's get it on. It's 10 minutes after 2 o'clock. Maisha, I want to thank you so much for coming to the studio.
Well, it's my pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so
and we
much.
hope that this won't be the first
for the
time.
opportunity to address our beautiful people of a wonderful island, St. Kitts and Nevis.
All right, let me take this as the final call,
Sure.
Mahish. Go ahead, please.
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
And gentlemen, good afternoon to your guest as well. Let me join him in him and saying it's unfortunate that those sentiments have to be expressed. But I want to ask the manager of Patriots, or the owner, sorry, of Patriots a question. Do you think that the reason given now, had there been that information in the public before, if the sentiments that were expressed would have been the same? I think in the absence of information, sometimes people make statements that are not correct, but it would help. Because this is a high-profile event, and because you had two high-profile people from Grenada who would have been making a presentation. I'm just wondering if, in hindsight, you think that informing the public as to why this is so would have helped.
Beautiful question, and yes, I owe you a reply. I think
I don't want to answer it. I'm just asking.
A month or two back, I'm not able to exactly remember the date. So we got emails. See, every year we have to pay X amount of money for renting the grounds, the cricket ground from the sports ministry. So this year was a bit tough year of not getting too many sponsors, especially from the island. So when that was all happening, we got an email from the sports ministry stating that they would like to hike the ground rates by about $50,000 more for 5 matches, which is approximately like $10,000 per match. And our management immediately replied back out of frustration that, you know, if we are not going to be welcome and if we are not going to support us, then probably we'll be looking at a different venue. I'm emphasizing the word different venue to play this particular season, because we are not going to accept that particular rise in amount. Unfortunately, this spread like a wildfire across the island, where it was interpreted or saying that change of venue was moving out of franchise. So there's a lot of difference between change of venue. I will always be a patriot and patriot forever. But we only said change of venue. What I mean to say is if another venue, if another place is giving us for a cheaper pricing, we'll continue to do that. That was what was discussed. But when that reached, I don't know how it got leaked, but when it went around, people started saying that he's moving into Grenada because, as I started off initially, I myself has said I'm into a lot of businesses in Grenada. So it just spread, and there's no truth and reality to it.
Thank you for clearing up that, because, like you said, that rumor had gone viral, and people were responding to that, saying it was true before getting it from the horse's mouth.
Exactly, and that's the reason I'm here.
There you go. Mahish, I want to thank you for coming. It's been a pleasure having you in the studios of Freedom FM, and we hope that this will become a habit, that you come back and speak with us.
I like to definitely interact more with the fans, make them understand what is going on.
Yes.
At times, lack of informations from both ends is probably leads to a lot of confusions and miscommunications.
Correct.
I think that is something which I need to address in future to make sure that the management also interacts a lot, take their views, their opinions to see how cricket can be much better in the island. I think this is something which I have to learn after this particular incident.
All right, we're going to take a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll continue with Groundings, Again, thank you, Mahesh. Gentlemen, say your goodbyes for now.
Well, best wishes to you personally and to the franchise.
Thank you.
and
Thank you so
St.
much.
Kitts Nevis Patriots.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
We're happy to have you.
Sam?
Yeah, I echo those sentiments. Happy to have you, and we hope to see you doing greater work with the Patriots and going back to the championship like we did in 2021 and other businesses in St. Kitts we want to.
You can hold me on to it. It's an assurance that I would like to give you. It will.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mahesh.
Thank you.
Back to school shouldn't meet you unprepared. St. Kitts Credit Union's Back to School Loan helps you borrow up to $10,000 with flexible repayment plans, fast approval, supportive terms. Invest in your child's future with confidence, because every child deserves a strong start. Start today at www.skccu.com or call 465-2272. SKCU, invested in their future with you.
Reliable, dependable, Delta.
If you live here in St. Kitts and your tank on E, there's only one place that you should be. Maybe driving in Nevis and you need some fuel. Go straight to Delta. Don't be a fool. Get your cooking gas fast. All petroleum needs ULSD. Everyone in the region is shouting, Go Delta. Premium gasoline in a fully stocked C-store. So there's only one place you should be. Delta Petroleum, baby. From the pitch to the palm of your hand, Betgate Sports brings to you iGaming, the ultimate dual gaming experience. Sports and iGaming in one powerful platform, live and legal. Tap your screen, place a bet, spin the reels, cash out fast. No delays, pure excitement. BetCageSports.com. Download the app and sign up today. Play responsibly. Must be 21 and over. Proud sponsor of Cricket West Indies, where a percentage of every dollar played with Cage goes to Windies for cricket and cricket development.
RIA Easy Money Transfer Limited, located on West Independence Square Street, Bastyr, St. Kitts, and the Solomon Arcade, Nevis, offers you safe and reliable transfers at great low rates and fees to 507,000 locations worldwide, with a pickup time of just 15 minutes after your transfer. And for even more ease of doing business, we home deliver and direct bank deposits in selected countries. So if anytime you want to send money to family, friends, and loved ones, at RIA, we've got you covered with over 30 years of experience moving money quickly, efficiently, and securely across 160 countries. Give us a call at 465-3325 in St. Kitts or 469-3325 in Nevis. Opening hours Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., 8:30 in Nevis, and on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. RIA Easy Money Transfer Limited.
Hey, Webmaster here. I stay connected to Freedom with the Freedom SKN app. Simply search for the Freedom app in the Android's Play Store or the Apple's App Store and download it. Enjoy world-class radio at its best, anytime, anywhere. Become a Freedom apper today.
And we welcome you back to Groundings for today, the 22nd day of August 2025. First segment dedicated to the owner of the St. Kitts Nevis Patriots, who is live in our studios. We're going to continue. Patrick, what you had on the menu? We're going to have an abbreviated menu today.
True, but for just for persons who may have missed it, the owner of the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots, Mahesh Ramani, he said that what's in circulation about the franchise movement is just a rumor.
Right.
Okay. And
Let
that,
Ben's story in.
His franchise is committed to St. Kitts and Nevis and also to promoting the development of cricket from the grassroots up. Last week, we started looking at the concept of the Special Sustainability Zone, SSZ. Parliament enacted legislation to enable creation of the same in the Federation. The governing SKN LP was supported in Parliament by the Concerned Citizens Movement of Nevis. In an address to the nation on August 18, NRP leader Dr. Janice Daniel Hodge voiced opposition to the SSZ thrust, citing concerns over land acquisition and development that favors a few in Nevis. So we thought we'd take the time remaining, take a look at what the NRP leader said. Here we have clip number 1.
Over the last few days, there has been much debate about our beautiful island of Nevis, particularly lands on the southern part of the island and the direction in which the present administration is willing to chart her course for the future. There is so much at stake for us and for future generations that no matter your political affiliation, I ask you to listen with a sense of urgency. In 1983, after 101 years, and after tough negotiations and many sacrifices, Nevis regained the right to self-administration as reflected in the Schedule 5 of the Constitution of the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis. These legislative powers, among other things, include the right to make laws for land matters and the manufacture and supply of electricity. Regrettably, the present CCM-led administration seems to be in a hurry to gift those powers back to the federal government.
Well, we thought we'd look at some timelines, some governance timelines in terms of the legislative powers, the colony, starting with the legislative powers of the colony of Nevis and the colony of St. Christopher, starting back in 1624 and 1628. Sam, you have some thoughts about that? As this 400 years ago that Nevis was a crown colony like St. Kitts, administered separately from London. And then in 1671, the Leeward Islands was established as an English colony. And in 1816, the islands were divided into 2 regions, the colony of Antigua, Barbuda, and Montserrat, and the colony of St. Christopher, Nevis, Anguilla, and the Virgin Islands. And then they were rejoined in 1871 with St. Kitts, St. Christopher, and Nevis becoming separate dependencies. Separate presidencies. St. Christopher and Nevis became separate presidencies, with Anguilla being attached to St. Christopher as a dependency. That was 1871. In 1882, the legislature of the Leeward Islands passed legislation merging the 2 presidencies, forming the combined presidency of St. Christopher and Nevis. But remember, Anguilla was attached to St. Kitts as a dependency before that. And then you fast forward to 1983 when we had the independence, independence on September 19 of the Federation of St. Christopher and Nevis.
I just want to add that, Patrick. I think that is accurate, but just to say, even before, fast forwarding, after remember 1956 or 58, we went into the Federation. I think that's important.
Right. As St. Christopher, Nevis, and
Anguilla went into. And then when the Federation, we had the demise of the Federation in 62. Then St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla went into statehood as a semi-independent in 1967.
The point is here that it was the British colonial government that forced first Anguilla onto St. Christopher and then Nevis. Why? Why did they do that?
For, well, let's say administrative purposes. That was the reason given, that it was easier to administer these islands, these colonies, if they were, joined together. Administratively, it was easier for the colonizers, for Britain, to manage these countries.
And it is right to use the term force because the people in Nevis, the planters in Nevis objected.
Absolutely.
Planters in St. Kitts objected.
Yeah.
But the colonial power overruled.
Yeah. And like you quite rightly pointed out, they were separated and then put back together again.
It's interesting that you guys are talking about this development, this arrangement between the islands, St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla. I remember when I was a student at Mona, the Anguillans there used to say Anguilla is twice colonized by St. Kitts and colonized by the Britain. Colonized, but we know it wasn't so, and Mr. Bratchford was at pains to point that out.
Yep.
But it didn't detract from the feeling that Anguillans felt that they were under a double yoke.
And Nevis felt the same way.
Correct.
It's interesting that Junie brought up that, because Junie, I have this booklet, The Road to Independence, written by C. Fitzroy Bryant.
Good.
It says here, on page 1, the islands of St. Kitts and Nevis experienced various stages of colonial rule.
Yes.
In the 344 years between the settlement by the British and statehood in 1967. British imperial domination of the...
Sorry. Sugar Bowl is exuberant. Sorry about that.
British imperial domination of the two islands was exercised through a variety of forms of administration. And he listed the forms. The island of St. Kitts separately from the island of Nevis, that's 1. 2, the island of St. Kitts together with the island of Nevis. 3, the island of St. Kitts together with the island of Anguilla. 4, St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla together with Antigua and Barbuda, Montserrat, and Dominica, called the Leeward Islands. 7, I'm at 7. 7, I'm at 7. St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla together with Antigua and Barbuda and Montserrat, also called the Leeward Islands. And then 8, St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla together with Jamaica, Trinidad, the West Indies Federation.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was never true.
No. And the point I would like to make is that Bradshaw was always a federalist.
Yes.
Because
First and foremost, he believed that our salvation lay together as one people in the Caribbean. Point.
And when and
that is why he accepted that job as a federal minister
of
finance.
Instead of staying in St. Kitts, he could have been the premier here at that time. Absolutely right.
And
sorry. Against the opposition and frustration of people from the bigger islands who thought, well, that's the small island person getting this minister of finance. People were upset that Bradshaw was made minister of finance of the federation. And there are those who would argue quietly that because of that, St. Kitts in particular face certain retributions. Cricket.
I see.
You were saying, sir.
Yeah, I was saying, well, just to continue the point you're making about his role, because there are people who felt that were Bradshaw allowed to play a greater role in the federation, there would have been greater success. But the point I was making earlier is that when the OECS went on their own, when St. Kitts became the first associated state, of all the OCS countries, Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, Dominica, St. Kitts became the first associated states.
St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla.
St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla.
Yeah.
And Bradshaw was still hoping that there would be some sort of collective. That is why the OECA started, the negotiations. Bradshaw was hoping that there would be still a collective to get us together. And that is why St. Kitts, Nevis, and Anguilla, along with other reasons, became the last independent country after the collapse of the Federation.
Now, in that first clip, it was said, quote, regrettably, the present CCM-led administration seems to be in a hurry to gift powers back to the federal government. Let's examine that. Yes, Schedule 5 to the Constitution speaks to the matters with respect to which the Nevis Island legislature has exclusive power to make laws. That's Schedule 5. Matters with respect to which the Nevis Island legislature has exclusive power to make laws. And item 15, land and buildings other than land and buildings vested in the Crown and specifically appropriated to the use of the government, meaning the federal government, including holding of land by persons who are not citizens. Now, and then it says in item 22 or subsection 22 of the schedule, any matter added by Parliament under section 37(6) of the Constitution, which reads, Parliament may make additions to the specified matters, but a bill for that purpose shall not be regarded as being passed in the National Assembly unless, on its final reading, it is supported by the votes of not less than 2/3 of the representatives. So the federal parliament can add powers, but you must have 2/3 of the representatives there. There's no way in the Constitution it says that the federal parliament can take away powers.
All right, while we're on this power sharing and power play, big play, a few comments that have come in on the Freedom Wall. It says Nevis needs another independence referendum. Nevis wants
independence referendum or secession?
Well, he said independence referendum. Independence for Nevis.
Okay,
right.
right.
So, same thing. Mr. Brantley disappointed me by supporting that legislation that you're referring to, and I've been one of his biggest supporters for years. Nevis should never allow St. Kitts to usurp its authority or to sell its lands.
No, we get into that. We get into that. We get into that. That's not true.
Right, but I'm just reading what.
Right. So that is
anything. The guy ends by saying anything St. Kitts does will be bad news for Nevis. Independence is the only solution, says Nevis man on the Freedom Wall here at 106.5.
So let's go to clip. Let's go to clip number 2. This is a short.
Who is
one.
the clip by?
Daniel Hodge.
Daniel go ahead.
Yeah.
In recent months, serious questions have been raised about whether there is a plot being hatched behind closed doors and in a shroud of secrecy to force landowners on the southern side of Nevis to sell their property. Landowners must be aware that with the Special Sustainability Zone legislation passed in the National Assembly last week, if the Premier and the Prime Minister designate lands on the southern side of Nevis as a special sustainability zone, your land may be deemed as needed for a public good and taken without your permission.
Is that possible? Constitution, Section 8,
says the protection from deprivation of property. I'm just going to read subsection 1. No property of any description shall be compulsorily taken possession of, and no interest in or right over property of any description shall be compulsorily acquired, except for a public purpose and by and under the provisions of a law that prescribes the principles on which and the manner in which compensation therefore is to be determined and given. So, if the government seeks my land, the government has to take that matter to Parliament. It must be for public good. Take the matter to Parliament, and in that debate, say, put in provisions for how I'm going to be paid for it. It's in the Constitution, Section 8, protection from deprivation of property.
What recourse do citizens of Nevis have if an attempt is made to force them to sell their land or to take their land? What recourse do they have? Just the courts, I suppose. Yes.
Yeah, the court is the only.
It's unconstitutional to do that.
That is why Dr. Daniel Hodge was urging people not to do it.
Not to what?
Not to sell their land, to give up their land.
Oh. Well, if you decide to sell your land, that is your personal decision. And she did reference a personal decision
right.
in her speech. Right. So let's do one more clip.
Yes, we have 20 minutes to, so let's do
one more clip.
And this is the same.
In addition to providing the means by which the Premier can acquire people's land, the SSZ legislation gives the Prime Minister the authority to approve or disapprove special sustainability zones in Nevis, each with a minimum of 500 acres. But why should the Prime Minister hold such authority when our Constitution makes it clear that Nevis has the right to control its own lands? Why has the Premier surrendered this power, just as he did with our natural resources, such as geothermal? What concessions have been made? What deals have been struck in secret? I do believe that time will reveal.
Time will tell.
Well, Section 106 of the Constitution, entitled Responsibilities of the Administration, that's the Nevis Island Administration, has a subsection which reads that matters that the exercise of any power vested by law in the Governor General or a minister, or B, empower the administration to take any action that is inconsistent with the general policy of the government as signified by the Prime Minister in a written communication to the Premier. So, in the parts of the Constitution that refer to the Nevis Island Administration, there is reference to the relationship between the Prime Minister and the federal government and the Premier and the Nevis Island Administration.
But of course.
Well, there's no, which to me goes against the concept of surrendering. And in fact, the special sustainability zone has an amendment in it. It says that where the area is within the island of Nevis, the Prime Minister shall consult with the NIA before entering into development agreements.
Right.
Should the Nevis Island Administration approve, the Nevis Island Administration shall be a party to any such development agreement. And no development agreement shall be entered into without the prior approval of the Nevis Island Administration.
Mm-hmm. And this happened in the case of the recent fair share agreement that was written up by which bank was it? The World Bank?
That was an agreement, a position taken, recommended by the World Bank. The World Bank did the agreement.
They were the authors.
They were the authors of it.
Right.
The Prime Minister asked him to look at the Constitution and look at all the arrangements and so on.
In putting it together. But Mark was saying, the Honorable Mark, he was not involved. He was not included in that exercise, and he should have been.
No, he didn't say that he was not included. Well, what he said is that he thinks that some of the figures, they have different figures from the administration in terms of what the World Bank was using.
But in other words, he was not consulted then.
In relation to what? The report?
The report, yes.
No, he has the report.
Yeah, he has the report.
No, he's talking about consulted before the report was given. I don't think any consultation went on. The World Bank was requested to look at the arrangement.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that the Premier is saying that he was not consulted. That's how the figures, they don't gel with what his figures.
Yeah, but
because if he was consulted, the figures he would be saying something like that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what he said, that he wasn't consulted. I think
make available suitable land that is vested in the Crown, or else acquire and make available other suitable land. And the government, meaning the federal government, shall be responsible for paying appropriate compensation to any private person.
In other words, if you have property that is in the way of national development, as earmarked by the NIA, you just can't move for the national good. Then you're forcing me? You're forcing me?
Well, that is allowed by the Constitution, and you have to be paid. You have to be compensated for it.
You have to be compensated. Yeah. But who say I want to move? I have a vested right. This is my inalienable right to have a property here. But if you're saying that it's in the way of national development, and I must take this piece of land instead, this is not what I want.
Okay, so we're talking about the concept of eminent domain.
Yes.
In the national interest.
I see.
In the national interest.
If you have a piece of land and I have a piece of land and it's in the national interest, the government can make us an offer we can't refuse. That is correct.
Okay.
It's
that is being asked to be turned into a particular developmental zone on the south of Nevis, lands in the south of Nevis. And the person doesn't want to move.
Okay.
They want that piece of land. That's why they bought it. That's their dream. They've been living there for over 20 years.
All right, and?
So you're going to tell me now then that you as the Premier come and say, look, we want this piece of land for our development. If I don't want to move, what happens? You build around me?
No,
you invoke eminent domain.
It could be acquired in the national interest.
You could just take it over and...
You could acquire in the national interest.
Pursuant to the law.
I see.
Yeah.
That's what happened in the Southeast Peninsula. Juni, that's what happened in the Southeast Peninsula. There are people there who had land. The government acquired land to make the development out there possible. People like Dr. Beard. I mean, I think there's still an issue in the court.
Still have something in court for that?
Yeah, I don't even think that has been legally resolved yet. Yeah. But the land was acquired to facilitate the development out at the Southeast Peninsula, Christopher Harbour.
Eminent domain is the government's power. This is a definition. I asked AI, what is eminent domain? And AI did its thing. Looked at a number of articles. Eminent domain is the government's power to take private property for public use, requiring payment of, quote, just compensation to the owner.
Who determines that?
What?
The court in the final analysis with the court.
All right, we're going to open the lines because it's already...
So you're in a rush to go?
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
not. It's 10 to 3. 10 to 3. We're going to open the lines. The lines are...
Continue this next week.
We hereby declare the lines open.
That's eminent. That's
eminent. The lines are open. You can call us at the usual numbers 465-6474, 465-0546, 662-1065 if you want to enter into our discussion or you have other points you want to bring up. Call now. Call now. Somebody was calling a while ago, but as we spoke, they got fed up, I guess. So you can call back. We have 10 before 3. We could go an extra 5 minutes to accommodate some calls. So call now. All right, it is 9 before 3. The lines are open to Groundings. Call now. Any other interesting tidbit, gentlemen?
Just to say that, a development agreement in the SSZ.
Stick a pin
Okay.
down that there for me, Patrick. Let's take this caller. Caller, good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon to you and your panel.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Professor.
Yeah. I think that this whole special sustainability zone, I think it needs a lot more fleshing out than what we have had.
What do you mean?
The government discussion.
Oh.
Yes,
correct.
Because as the Premier noted, it can go wrong. Or well, his way of putting it was, if done right, it will be good. And so I would like that the concerns of the opposition in Nevis, I would hope that it's going to be addressed. All right? And that they'll at least listen to some of the concerns. Because we have a history with land. And we know of the importance of land. We know how emotional we can get when it comes to land. And so it should not be farmed out to whosoever may come willy-nilly just like that. And we really need to be very careful based on past experience. Because we know what has happened in the case of Christopher Harbour. Right? We weren't saying that next thing we end up with an agreement that was fraught with problems. And up to the last time that it was discussed, when the marina was essentially sold, I think we had an opportunity, since the developers were on the ropes, they weren't meeting their requirements, so to speak. We should have been very careful what we did when that happened. Okay? Use it as leverage to get back some of the land. And yes, we could still have hired the Safe Harbor to manage it. Okay, since that's their area of expertise. But we should not be farming out land. I'm pretty sure that most of our people would say they don't want the complexion of the country change. And when I use complexion, I'm using it in a literal sense and a figurative sense. Okay? We don't want no partitioning. We can get foreign investment without having the kind of partitioning that usually ends up building resentment and causing problems in the future. I mean, look at Frigate Bay. You have a nice combination of local and foreign investors. Okay? Why couldn't we go that route rather than this route where some people are already saying that the first S is not special, it's sovereign, okay? And that you can negotiate all kinds of concessions and negotiate away your rights and privileges. Right? So I'm saying that we already have a model that we know works, okay? Why not replicate that instead of going about it the special sustainability zones. Stop attaching sustainability to everything to like get it passed. Right? That's the impression I'm getting. Okay? And this idea that you can actually, you may be able to, for instance, use eminent domain, okay, where people are reluctant to sell all or part. I think it's all that they're going for. Is a bad precedent. I mean, we've had that in the case of Christopher Sabo, and I think the cases before the Privy Council, where private land owners over there, land was taken from a private landowner over there to give to a private developer. I'm not so sure that that's a good idea. That is not what you would call a public good. So we should be very careful with things like this. We should be very careful about the size of these things, right? These drones and the concessions that they get and so on, right? Who says that the petitions and divisions want to be like Florida with a lot of gated communities? How do we know we'll be able to pass through those things? And this is not to say that you can't develop a place and have different gradations of wealth involved. You can have very wealthy people living among not so wealthy as well.
2 minutes,
Okay?
2 minutes, Teach, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, that makes for a more stable society. All I'm saying is just make sure that we should do right. And I don't think that what we have now, we have sufficient information and we have enough trust in what these people are doing, what our leaders are currently doing, and we should watch the creep up. That's all I'm saying. Right. Okay, then.
Before we take on this call, let's take something quickly from Freedom Wall and Facebook. Good day, guys. I know you're walking on eggshells, so you're not going into the meat of the matter. Here's the meat of the matter. Mark Brandt is trying to set up Drew to... Wait, it skipped. Mark Brandt is trying to set up Drew... hold on. He's trying to set up Drew to take the people land so he could appear to be not involved with the shady deal.
It says development agreements have to be taken to Parliament.
I'm just reading what that
concerned
citizens said.
Section number 7 of the SSD Act, the development agreement.
The call here?
Yeah.
Yes, the call. It dropped out. Stuff. All right, call back because we are already close to shutting down time for today. But we'll go an extra 5 minutes for you to call back. Okay, here it comes. Caller, good afternoon. Go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, Juni.
Good afternoon.
I listened to you this afternoon with the great
Black experience,
right?
Yes.
Robert Llewellyn's voice.
Yes.
Still echoing in my ears.
Yes, great man.
I cannot see how this kind of thing could be happening, and we the government, because the people we are the government, they are the real administrators. How could they now come and do what they're now doing? Because you must remember, all the development, all hundreds of millions of dollars brought achieved was from our soil. The soil that made us what we are today. How could these 8 seats and St. Kitts could come and dictate to us what they want to do with our possession? We had 51% shares in cable and wireless, and it was sold away, and we didn't get one halfpenny, This thing, we should have had town hall meetings, so we could have echoed our grievances about this thing here. So then, how much acres of land would be, hello?
Yeah, we're listening.
How much acres of land would be left in the hands of we the people to put, it says, CBI falls, how much acres of land will be left in the hands of us to sustain ourselves? How much? How much? It can't be right. It's not right. Totally. Until, 1994, the first Saturday in 1994, January, we had a demonstration march, since we wouldn't sell all our happiness turned to hell, after the 93 general election, We could have got shut down. We were not allowed to march past the police station. When the march reached cross Pan Road by the Bayat, the procession stopped and they changed the music and put on sing. We march away straight to march homes. Common sense did prevail and we had also turned down each independent street, We cannot allow this thing to happen, Totally can't. Good afternoon. Time is very short.
All right, thank you so
Goodbye.
much for calling. Thank you. Let's take another call. Caller, good afternoon. You're next. Go ahead.
Julie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
And I want to say something here, Junie, because it's very embarrassing, it's very shameful for the tourist industry. I met some tourists on Tuesday, Thursday, so they went down to Black Rock and no bathroom. The patrons them down there got to take them in the home. They carry a toilet down there and the toilet are hook up. It's a shame. We can't be doing them kind of things to visitors. It's tourists insane. And they're calling on the minister, I don't want to get on the road so either, But she going to be doing vagabond things. She going to hear me. I'm going to come at her hard, especially things we're going to defend St. Kitts. Julian Vaughn, see you when I see you.
All right, thank you so much for calling. Let's take this call. Caller, good afternoon. Go ahead. Hello? Turn down the radio and speak, please. Hello? Okay, that call dropped. Hello, are you there? Okay, I guess you don't want to speak. Yes, gentlemen, it's just about, 2 minutes after the 3 o'clock hour. We could begin to wrap up, or? Yes.
We'll wrap and continue this very important topic.
Go ahead.
Of how we're going to use our 2 islands to develop, prosper. The central bank put out a challenge that we double the size of our economies by 2033, if my memory serves me correctly, which means the economy of St. Kitts and Nevis moving from just about 3 billion EC dollars to 6 billion EC dollars in the next 8 years. I think that's a very reasonable target, given the existential threats to our existence. We just dodged a hurricane called Erin, which had maximum sustained winds of 160 miles per hour, with gusts, I'm told, up to 190 miles an hour. How do we build resilience and bounce back? How do we bounce back from things like that? We were spared, and Sam is going to, I'm sure, read the prayer again. So we need some economic buffer. We need some space to rebuild after onslaughts of this nature. We pray. We pray that we don't get hit by anything major, but we have to prepare. And so in preparation, we have to look at how we can expand the economy from its current level of just under 3 billion EC to about 6 billion EC. And the special sustainability zones are, in my estimation, appear to be part of that effort as we seek to recruit investment from within St. Kitts and Nevis and investors from outside to come here to put up established business, manufacturing concerns, etc., that are in concert with the planet and people, and they follow certain rules. I would like to end by saying that we continue to look at this SSZ legislation and see what it provides, and keep the discussion on land use and marine resource use, the air, etc., all of the factors that we have, keep the discussion live. And I'm happy that we started the way we started with the Patriots owner. That's an investor from outside. And so I'm going to end by quoting, Sam, you're going to help me with this quotation, that politics is too important to be left to politicians. I'll end there while I look for the attribution.
Yeah, Joni. This is an important time, development. But I think we have history to learn from. We have been very careful right from the beginning. In fact, what one caller said, we have a model in Frigate Bay, but we also have the history of how we looked at the Southeast Peninsula. We have been trying to make sure that that important part, a significant part of development is not alienated from the people of this country. And I think we are in a good position now to make sure that we don't use, somebody said the complexion, I'm going to say the character of our development and our country. We are in an excellent position to make sure we have history to learn from, we have the experiences to learn from, we have models to learn from, and we've got to make sure that we get it right. We are small enough to get it right.
Smart enough.
And coming from this path, this time in our development, we've got to make sure we get it right.
Gentlemen, it was Charles de Gaulle. Politics is too serious a matter to be left to politicians.
All right, and on that note, we close out Groundings for today. We thank you for sharing with us and caring enough to listen and to call and to be a part of this important program. Thank you again. DJ Range is up next on Island Rhythms. We will be back on Monday with another edition of Issues. So join us then when the chief himself will be here to take care of business.
The chief?
The big man himself from St. Lucia. You don't know what I mean?
Mr.
Adrian.
Peter Adrian.
Peter Adrian, the big chief.
That's his name?
I give him that.
Okay.
And we are going to have the Premier having his press conference. I'm sure we are going to get.
It's going to be fire.
Some, yeah.
So all right, thank you, St. Kitts and Nevis. See you again soon. God bless and have a great weekend.
106.5 Freedom FM.
Hey there. Let's face it, life happens. Bills pile up, surprises pops up, and sometimes top of payments feels impossible.
But don't stress, we've got you. Our debt evaluation and restructuring program is here to help you breathe easier.
Here's the deal. We work with you to restructure or refinance your loan. No cookie cutter solution here. It's all about you.
It's like hitting the restart button on your finances.